Chinese property, like the Shanghai stock market, is not for the faint-hearted. China's property boom has turned to bust, and while there are tentative signs the market has hit the bottom in big cities like Beijing, in smaller cities prices are still falling, and the ramifications of years of overbuilding are far worse. In the second in a series of special reports, Wei Fengtai reports from Changsha in south-central China.
For years, Chinese real estate seemed a surefire recipe for a quick and easy profit. When times were good in Changsha, investors could double their money in just 5 years.
If you had a flat in a good location, people would ask you to sell your apartment to them so they could resell the properties.
Developers kept building and people continued buying because many Chinese saw bricks and mortar as a safe bet. Now there are so many offices and apartments in this small city, it would take at least 34 months to sell everything. And with the glut, commercial real estate prices have fallen by nearly 50% from a year ago, while apartment prices are down by around 8%. Many of the recent buyers are those who escaped the crash in the stock market.
Those who left the stock market in May are buying properties because they can't leave their money in the bank. It'll depreciate if they do that.
The downturn has hit some buyers hard. As developers go broke or run short of funds, investors like Li Linzi have found themselves in trouble. He's lost around $57,000 but has to continue paying the mortgage for an apartment that may never be built.
We can only rely on the local government to get our money back because there's an upcoming court case that involves this developer, a trust company, a state-owned enterprise and a bank. These guys are so influential, it's beyond ordinary people like us to act on our own.
This failed development is clearly a sensitive issue, as we are stopped over and over and over again.
Hello. Can you tell him if we're on the street, we have permission to do what we want?
The property downturn is more keenly felt in China's smaller cities because of the excessive levels of construction. After all, these places lack the underlying demand present in cities like Beijing, Shanghai and Guangzhou. The downturn in the property sector, coupled with the bursting of the stock market bubble, has shaken some locals. Those watching from the sidelines, like 51-year-old Wu Shizhen, have come to the conclusion it's not a good time to invest in anything.
The property market isn't doing very well and the stock market is just too risky. The average person is at a loss about how they should invest.
People in the property industry are bracing themselves for a few lean years as the Chinese economy cools. There is one good thing to come out of the real estate gloom.
In the past, property prices would go up so quickly, it was impossible to keep up no matter how hard you worked. That's why I think the downturn is good for young people like us. We have a chance to catch up now.
Skittish investors and a slowing economy is not a good recipe for growth.